Well, if it isn't another Green Bay Packers rebuild on the channel. We've only done 2 on the year. This will be our 3rd, but we got to chill a little bit. If you want to blame anyone, blame Go Packers and Blinky Boy from the comment section of that Giants rebuild where they suggested, and I was like, that's enough for me as a Packers fan. The Green Bay Packers, a team that did not finish well last year, losing to the Vikings by 2, losing to the Bears by 2, and of course, honestly, almost losing sweep-wise and missing the playoffs entirely against the Bears. A blocked field goal away from all of that happening. Talk about momentum for the Chicago Bears going into this offseason. Still have it because they're still talking about that win. But the Eagles game, not much better. There was some things, the helmet-to-helmet fumble that should not have been Eagles' ball. End of the game, into the end zone. Absolutely Zach Bond pass interference. I think it was on Bo Melton. Intercepted that. Game could have changed completely if those things don't happen, but Green Bay in totality didn't play well anyways. Too many interceptions from Jordan Love and just didn't play well. Simply put, didn't play well. That kind of brings us to the offseason. Aaron Banks paid 4-year, $77 million deal. Ridiculously high for Aaron Banks. Not a bad lineman. Not a particularly good one, but not a bad one for sure. And I will say the guarantees are pretty low, so it's not really a long-term, this is not a contract, unless he plays really well, that he likely sees through. Same with Nate Hobbs, 4-year, $48. Guarantees are pretty low. Injury-prone concerns there, more of a slot corner than a boundary guy, but can play boundary. That's where we're going to be playing him in this rebuild, but not a huge fan of the offseason. You got Hardman as well, but really feel like Green Bay needed to get a proven wide receiver. I know DK Metcalf went to the Steelers, expensive, trade capital-wise, and $30 million per year, and you had Devontae Adams go to the Rams, not direct, but pretty close direct competitor in that conference. Would have loved to see a true number 1 being here because, honestly, I don't see it. Dobbs, when he's at his best, great spec catch guy. He's a good wide receiver 1. Wicks, he's got potential to be wide receiver 1. Watson, if he's healthy, he's a solid number 2 that's going to make the defense have to respect it. Jaden Reed's by far the best wide receiver on this team, though. Gadget guy, but also just good all around the field. I just still don't think they have a wide receiver 1. Maybe that's what they decide to target at 23. Jordan Love, stats-wise, those playoff performance-wise, ending every single playoff game in, crazy interception fashion. But a top 5 QBR guy. And it's because the team around him's not that great, especially at wide receiver. And he's doing the best he can. A lot of drops. Tight end, Tucker Kraft. Really love Tucker Kraft. That's a guy you can root for. Josh Jacobs, one of the best running backs in the league. Super fun to watch. By far my favorite player on the team now. O-line, one of the best pass blocking units in the league. Run block, not so much as good, which is why it kind of baffles me that they would basically bring in a Sean Ryan, but for run blocking. They're basically the same guy, but flip their styles. So a little weird there. We're going to put Jordan Morgan at left guard, who I've been hearing they've already almost completely given up on, which I just don't understand. But sure, I guess you draft him in the first round. Why would you want to try him out further? Who knows? Ellen Jenkins playing center. Supposedly his better position, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, wide receiver, a problem on offense. Defensively, hands down, every Packers fan should be able to tell you, pass rush. The pass rush is abysmal. Now, a lot of that could be the fact that they've been really trying to stop the run, and they definitely turned around. Their run defense is super good last year, especially Rashawn Gary, one of the best edge rushers for run defense last year. But his pass rushing took a hit, and I think that is what it is, right? I think that's a lot of it. Lucas Van Ness, he definitely improved after Preston Smith was traded, but still, I feel like you need a new edge rusher. You really do. DT's Kenny Clark, when he's on, he's one of the best. Problem is, he's almost never on. You get 1 or 2 of those kind of games from a year, and then back to mediocrity. Devontae Wyatt, definitely an improvement last year. Good pass rusher, not so good on the run defense, but there's something there for sure. I would also argue for pass rush, Brendan Cox might be better. He had a couple of really good games last year. Linebackers, Edgerrin Cooper should be a superstar here. One of the Rookie of the Year type of candidates. Quay Walker, liability and coverage for sure. Isaiah McDuffie, re-signed him to do a 2-year, $8. Definitely serviceable, but could use an upgrade. Safeties, Evan Williams is the better safety between him and Bullard, but Bullard's going to get the start here. And then McKinney, one of the best safeties in the league. Jair talks about trades. Hopefully they don't happen, but at the same time, it really just seems like a locker room issue at this rate. But dead hit of $18 million, I don't know how you justify that when it's one of your weakest positions. We talked about Hobbs already, more of a slot guy than a boundary, but that's where we're going to be playing him. Valentine probably projects as your number 2 unless you draft somebody, and then Hobbs is your number 3. I just hope they figured out with Jair, and I hope he figures out his injury problems because this is actually not a bad team on paper if you can fix those things. Also, did I mention new kick returner Hardman? Also, final thing before we head into this draft, let me know which team you want to see next. This was going to be a Cardinals rebuild, but go Pack go, I guess. Also, while you're down there, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Regardless, into the draft where we're going to take best available pick, which in Packers fashion is going to be some guy that was projected to go in the third. All right, once again, we're looking at probably best available. We're going to be simulating this draft as we see the first three kind of go pretty realistically. Travis Hunter probably would have been gone by now, but pick 6 overall, Raiders. It's not too much further. Wow, Matthew Golden all the way to 7 to the Jets. That does not bode well for us. McMillan at 9. Shamar Stewart at 10. That's a great draft pick. Jalen Walker at 11. Genty at number 12. Cowboys, that makes sense. Egbuka's at 13. What is wrong with this wide receiver room? Burden's gone at 15. This reminds me of the Olave draft all over again for Green Bay. Membu is just still there. Like, all the wide receivers are gone. Like, we're literally stuck at edge at this point. But I will also say, really considering going Eman Warrior and playing him at linebacker. Am I crazy? Or am I just a normal guy? Just living life, you know? Edge rushers, also kind of a thing. Really wouldn't hate Pierce. I think Pierce... Man, this is tough because Scourton's still there. So once either Pierce or Scourton are gone, I think I might make a trade up. I want one of those two, I think. I think Scourton is my guy. I really like him, but I think he's going to go before Pierce. Problem is, I just don't think I could trade up. But one of them is going to go like any minute. Nolan goes too. Campbell is 17. Those two edge rushers are still there. I'm hoping Pierce goes first because I want someone different. I want Scourton for once. Come on. All right, I get the choice. Damn, Nic Scourton or Mr. James Pierce. I've taken James Pierce a couple times. I can't believe Membu is still there, by the way. It's insane. Is Genty still there? Genty's gone. Weird to see. Oh, yeah, 12. I'm about to say, weird to see him go anywhere past the top 10 and then not really late. Usually if he makes it out of the top 10, he goes super late. But, yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be edge. I think it's right in front of us. I'm going to kind of look through some things, though, to make sure who I want is who I want. Hear me out. I really want Pierce more than Scourton because, well, he's a finesse type. Finesse types do well in sim. But I think Scourton as a power rusher makes more sense for Green Bay. Green Bay's like pretty much always been like a power rushing type of team. I mean, obviously they have a little bit of styles here before, but they love the power guys. So I'm going Nic Scourton here. I think that's going to be the move. 79 true, hidden dev, 82 speed, 82 excel. We got a hidden dev edge rusher. But I will say, though, Green Bay lately has been pretty comfortable taking athletic guys, so it wouldn't surprise me to see them go Pierce instead. But, yeah, if those are the options, I'm loving life as a Packers fan. So hopefully that happens, and hopefully they actually strike. But, yeah, wide receiver is just not there, simply put. And as far as Madden goes, too, though, I don't really know if you need a wide receiver. Loveland's interesting. Starks is still there. Eman Warrior's still there. Oh, man, I know you guys are like, hey, just take who's there, but what can I do? Like, they just aren't going to be there, man. Do some defensive tackles. That's actually a pretty big need as well for Green Bay. It sucks because I want Wyatt to be the guy, but he just can't be. He just simply cannot be. It's just simple facts. He can't be the guy because he's 27 years old. Eman Warrior, dude. Oh, I really want him. I want him, and I want to put him at linebacker, like, desperately. I'm going to do it. I don't care, dude. I don't know why in the world he would ever fall to 55, but for the first time in a while, we're going to do it. We're going hard, super hard here. Green Bay is already a pretty damn good team. It's not going to take much, probably, to make this rebuild happen, so could be a quick one regardless. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's have a little bit of fun for once. Would love to see Green Bay go wide receiver, but I also just don't love the options. I just don't think any of those guys are guys that are going to improve our roster in Madden. Could go corner. Thomas? Problem is, you're looking at another guy that's even probably more unrealistic than Eman Warrior at 55. I don't know what to do here. Man Warrior is going to be our linebacker. Could go slot corner, but linebacker more than likely. Then what do you do with this pick? And this is another one, dude. This is like just not a player that should be there, but Ayamanor is going to be our guy. He's like mid-late second. I don't care. He's normal dev here. Who cares? I just don't. I'm going to start him as well, I think. I don't know what I'm going to do. Reed at 1, Ayamanor at 2, I guess. I don't know. this is our, as far as a Packers fan goes, kind of a perfect timing to do it. But our F-it draft, where we're just going to take what lies. Whatever's there is there. Who cares? Martin, we've passed on a couple of times. He's definitely projected a bit later than, what are we at, the 4th? We don't need a linebacker, though, because Emmanuel is going to be playing our outside linebacker spot. It's about time Green Bay gets a steal. They pass on steals like freaking Brian Branch instead of drafting them. It's time for them to actually make those steals happen for themselves. And we're going to go with Jarquez Hunter. We've had him a couple of times now. He's really just been a backup, but that's what Green Bay needs right now. Running back room isn't in the best of shapes. We don't know what Marshawn Lloyd's going to be like, what's going to happen there, but yeah, we're going to go for a running back. I think Green Bay loves to take their 4 to 6 round running back, so we'll take one and have a day. And now we're going to go for raw cornerback Jalen Smith. A little bit of an early grab here, but 107 true talent, 91 speed, 93 excel. Then we have, of course, a 6th-round pick. I don't know what the hell happened there. 6th-round pick. This point is all players that probably aren't going to make it super long on the team. And super speedy safety. Probably just, at this point, a backup. Super long-term backup, but fast as hell. And, of course, one of our favorites, Kareem Reed. Probably not going to start him, but, we got ourselves a solid backup, I suppose. 246 true. And then Holland Pierce, massive 6'8" tackle. 334 true. Not going to do much there, but hey, gotta get at least one lineman in there, especially if you're Green Bay, who's been hitting on late round linemen for years now. Let's take a look at that draft recap where we landed some okay players. I don't hate it. Scourton, 71 overall, definitely raw, but he will be our starting left end. Wow, insane power move and block shed. I'm not sure how he got that overall down to 71, but we'll definitely take it. Starter left end over Van Ness. Don't care. Maybe there's something there in real life with Van Ness, but in game, there never is. Nic Emmanuel, 74 overall, hidden, super steal. Raw coverage ratings, but that's why we're going to be putting him at linebacker. He's going to become even better playing that. Is it left out we need? I think it's left outside linebacker we need. Left outside linebacker role does not go up in overall, drops to a 70, but that's fine. That's okay. Yomenyor, 70 overall. Maybe I'm not starting him after all. Maybe he's going to be in our slot spot. I don't know, dude. It's a Madden rebuild, and sometimes those Madden rebuilds, you don't have someone to replace, but in real life they do. They could definitely improve at wide receiver. Not my favorite draft ever, but I think we landed some quality starters. All right, here's the roster for year one. Once again, didn't really need to change much on the O-line. Yeah, the guards could do a little bit better, but Green Bay has worked with a line like this for like a decade now, and it's been fine. They've been perfectly fine. Their offensive line has always been one of the better ones for the most part. It's just wide receiver separation has been the big issue for them, which is why sometimes those sacks that shouldn't have happened occur. And, we really didn't do much for that. Yomenyor is going to be our guy, and we shouldn't even have had him, to be honest. But he's going to be our number 3, going to have us in the number 1 slot. Reed's going to be the number 1, where hopefully he just devs up. It's a weird spot because in Madden, you don't hate these numbers, these guys, but we know in real life, so far at least, how many years they haven't shown enough, right? They've been okay, not elite or good. They've been okay. Running back, quarterback, obviously that's all fine. Tight end's fine. Defense, don't have a single normal dev. That's great. No normal dev starting, which is awesome. Emmanuel dropped down to a 70 overall as a linebacker, but I like the potential. And then Scourton, obviously right end starter. Hoping he can just straight up out the gate and have a Rookie of the Year type season, and, he becomes the face of the league. Who knows? But, yeah. I think we addressed most of the positions of need. Maybe drafted safety / linebacker, whatever you want to call me, and worry at this point. A little high. Could put him in the slot if we really wanted to. Maybe a little high, but took best available pick. Why not? Wide receiver is all gone by 15. I'm not trading up from 23 to 15. It's not a bad trade up. It's just I thought there would have been a wide receiver there at 20, and there just wasn't. So could have maybe traded up for, who was it? Burden, Egbuka, one of the two. Egbuka would have been actually pretty sick, but nope, we choked that one a little bit. This is a realistic rebuild of the Green Bay Packers. That's just perfect. Perfect Green Bay Packers-like decisions and mistakes. Missing out on wide receiver because they're sitting on their hands. Classic Packers rebuild. Maybe the most realistic rebuild we'll do all year. Oh, Green Bay is broke. Really? This broke? Are we expecting some huge TV deal to come through or something? Because, goddamn, you're losing Watson, Quay, Dobbs, Rashid, Zach Tom. This is a tough one because Quay Walker's contract here is so cheap. And if I wait any longer, it won't be. But you can't lose Zach Tom. He is a talent. So what you do here is you don't lose Zach Tom. And I guess you do because he says it's a great deal, but it's not good enough. Where is the money? I got to check the money. There's got to be something wrong here. We don't even have like a crazy cap penalty. What is this? And the team's only going to get more expensive as time goes by. Yo, this team's cooked. They're cooked. Maybe it's a harder rebuild than I thought. But hey, we got Zach Tom back, baby. $2.6 million. We need a new left tackle. We need a new wide receiver 2. We need a new linebacker 1. We need a new wide receiver 4. We need a new DT 2. But honestly, I ain't even all that mad. I really ain't even all that mad. I would like to keep Walker and Quay for sure. Watson and Dobbs, so be it, I suppose. But looks like that's not going to happen. Damn, Walker's not even expensive either. Is there a way for me to, like, restructure someone here? Jordan Love? Restructure? No? Okay. Pretty decent season. Very Green Bay Packers-like. Very on-brand. 11-6, which will actually give them the division. Unfortunately, you have to play the Eagles again because they're the 6th seed. Not the best win. It could have been either the Vikings, not too great, or the Rams, definitely a better opponent to take on. But Jacobs, number 1 running back in the league per yards. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at the regular season, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, okay? You had a really good finish to the season. That's all I can say. Look at that season. Jordan Love, 4,600 yards, 38 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Jacobs, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. I guess nobody can do the Packers scheme better than the Packers. We run this Packers scheme often. Like, often. And we never see numbers like these. These very rare. I don't know what to tell you, but I'll take it. Very good numbers there. Blocking, Rasheed Walker definitely struggled, but everyone else was great. Pass rush, Scourton, please. 3.5, please. Why? Gary, that's okay, especially with those tackles for loss. And then Wyatt, 8's pretty good, actually. Picks 5 for Jair. E-Man Warrior with 2. McManus, great season. Whelan, great season. Let's take a look at the yearly awards. Should have had some, right? Devontae for the Rams, Offensive Player of the Year, of course he is. Rookie of the Year, number 2. Genty yoinked it, but E-Man Warrior's number 1, which is great, even though I would have rather had Scourton. Best QB, Jordan Love, I don't know about all that. Jacobs at 3, even though he had the number 1 yards. And then Dobbs at 6. Eomanure at number 9. O-line, no. D-line at 6. And Jair at 5. Kicker at 4. Fair enough. All right, going to the end of the game. The Eagles, not an easy team to beat. 7-0. They've already scored 7. We get 3, but it was a struggle to get there. We get a touchdown, though. Up by 3. Tied up. Huge field goal before half. Up by 3. Back and forth here. 13 all. Up by 7. One stop and a score wins it for us. The defense, though, has been killing it. 34-13. Off rip. Taking on one of the toughest teams you can in the NFC and doing a pretty good job. 3 touchdowns, 0 picks for Love. I would love to see that in the playoffs. Jacobs, 82 yards. No touchdowns, but Lloyd had one, which is pretty cool. Receivers, Eomanure, 162. 2 touchdowns. 1 for Reed, 59 yards. I would have loved to see him actually win Rookie of the Year. Would have been huge, but whatever. Also, I didn't mention, I totally sold and actually spent most of the season on 0% XP sliders. So, yeah, I kind of have them on 200% now. I'm going to run them until, like, middle of next season just to kind of fix the deficit of overalls. Whoops. The Buccaneers, 84 overall. Tampa Bay, Green Bay, they're all Bays. We all win. One way or another, the Bay is winning. End of the game. 7-0, 7-7. Okay, a little comeback. Tampa Bay is just scoring touchdown after touchdown. We are getting swamped here. Defense is trying to hold on. 14-10, 17-10, 16-7. We missed an extra point. I thought these kicking woes were over. Huge field goal. Only up by 2, though. I mean, Tampa's going to walk away with this one. They're going to walk us down and literally kick a game winner, or they'll just kick a field goal right there. It's, wow, 3rd and 18. We lost 40 seconds, lost the game 24-19. I would say it's a little early for us to be coming in games and trying to win for them. So, yeah, Jordan Love just losing another game because he threw too many picks. Where have I seen that before? Eomanure has been amazing, by the way. But there you go. There's the season ending in the divisional round. Green Bay Classic lately. Winner of the Super Bowl, the Chiefs over the Buccaneers, getting a little bit of revenge there. Let's take a look at this adjust lineup. What are we looking at? Jordan Love's a superstar. Jacobs is an X Factor. If you could only get 2 dev-ups, those would be the ones. Superstar for the QB. X Factor for the aging running back. Josh Jacobs, now 28 years old, I believe. Ayo Minor, still normal dev. Hopefully I'm saying his name right, by the way, but I'm pretty sure I am. What is he, a 76 overall? Okay, so we could definitely turn those sliders off soon. Definitely by mid-season. Sorta, because the other guys aren't really developing like that. Emmanuel is a superstar, though. Wins Rookie of the Year. Makes sense. 78 overall for a superstar. Yeah, fair enough. We're close. I would say by week 5, I'll probably turn the sliders back down to like 140, usually. Scourton only went up 3 overall. See, it's just like it's kind of across the board. All I can tell you is I sold, all right? All the older players did not go up at all because of this, but the younger players, they still fared well. So yeah, about week 5, I think we'll turn them off. Either way, it's a successful season, right? Successful season, but still not quite. Did McManus retire, by the way? I don't know why. I just have a feeling he did. But yeah, not quite what we were hoping for. Goodwin, who was a mentor for us, retired. Hopefully some money shows up. 16.8. I think you got to just take the hit because we just can't afford anybody. We are genuinely broke here. 17 million. Quay Walker still asking for that tiny bit of money, though. I'm going to do it, dude. I'm going to do that 2-year 12.8. That's just too cheap not to grab him back. Wide receivers, we need a wide receiver for sure, dude. And, of course, we're going to lose Devontae White, who had a pretty good year, but he's 28. He's 28, 78 overall. What can I do there? Damn, this team is actually in a struggle bus. Free agency, I mean, there's some pretty big names, but, yeah, we can't afford anybody. We're losing some of our players as well, unfortunately. Just part of the business. All right, we are in the draft. The Titans with pick 1 overall again. What's happening here? It was almost the exact first 3 picks were the exact same. Jeez. Stop being so trash. But let's take a look at our scoutings. Ooh. 6'5" Weathersby was actually really good. Round 1 talent grade. I mean, he looked good. Fast enough as a 6'5" guy. And then all of a sudden we scout him further. He's a round 1. We also do have Keenan. Darren Keenan. Deep route's not great, but pretty damn fast for 6'2". Looks good. What else did we have? We scouted a DT. He was 2 to 3. That's good enough, I think. I mean, is that good enough? That's like your starter. 40 times, obviously insane. Interesting. Corner wouldn't be a bad position either. I think Marion was the best of the bunch. Right? Or maybe it wasn't Marion. Was it Marion? Can't remember. If Marion's the best of the bunch, we're screwed. Who was it? It wasn't a great cornerback room, I know that. But there was one that was actually decent. Was it Brooks? Maybe it wasn't any of them. I swear I saw a BCC, which is, I mean, it's not great, but something changed after scouting completed. I have no idea. I guess the corners do suck. Never mind. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think at 27, we could take that wide receiver, but we really need every pick we can get. So I think we're going to be moving this down a little bit. I don't know how far, though, because, like, what are we even going to get out of this trade? You know, you got to move only slightly, and with that, you're not going to get much value back. I mean, if I can move to... Oh. I mean, that's a third-round pick. That's way too much, right? 3 spots. If I can move to, like, 35 and gain, like, a third round or something, or, you know, even, like, a late third, I would do it. Oops. Because we have 2 wide receivers. The chances of both of them being gone by, like, 35 in the second would be insane. Well, I guess 35 in a second doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. We got a little riskier, but for good reason. We trade a 5th, a 6th this year and a 7th 2 years from now with pick 27 to move down to 40 and gain 32 and then something 100. They end up trading up for a center, which is interesting. Oh my God, I thought the wide receiver went. I don't know why. I thought he went. Weathersby and Washington, they're not really the same, but D'Angelo Weathersby, 6'5", 21 years old, pick 9, true talent. Hidden dev. I was expecting normal, but that's okay. I was thinking 75 overall normal. Instead, we're getting maybe 75 overall hidden, for all we know. Really good move there. Do we have anyone else up here like Tatum? Is he still there? I doubt it, but you never know. Tatum's not still there. Definitely need O-line as well, so I'm thinking DT O-line. That's probably the best move. Maybe our only move. Linebacker we don't really need anymore because we ended up getting Quay Walker back. So we're kind of chilling there. Could also put E-Man Warrior at corner, like I said. So it's not maybe like boundary corner, but slot corner wouldn't be the worst. Could even take this trade off the Vikings. That's actually not a bad move. Getting two pretty good picks for next year. It's interesting to say the least. The Niners, 71. What's 71 looking like? 64. Nah, I need that DT pretty badly. I'll do this. I think we'll still get the DT, get a 6th round pick to maybe move up if we have to. The Colts are really just desperate to trade with us. I will say the Colts getting Keenan, not a bad move. With this pick, though, we are going to be taking that DT. Doesn't look great, but the fast, low strength guys, those guys usually do pretty well for me. So let's hope for the best. Kid, 7. Ooh. Never mind. Ooh, but not ooh. Hidden Dev, 81 speed. Strength's not bad at 86 either. We got ourselves a DT right next to Kenny Clark. We could definitely use another defensive tackle, but it's not going to happen in this class. Corner was weak. DT was weak. Two of our biggest needs, ironically enough. Who the hell is Glenn Beeson, by the way? There's no chance we take him. If he's fallen, it's for a good reason. And yeah, he doesn't even look good. Some of the other players, they at least look good. And you're like, I'll take the chance. But no, this one not even close. As far as the O-line go, you actually have a couple of guys that actually look like tackle types. Pemberton seems to be one of those tackle types, in my opinion. 30 reps versus Winters. 320 is a little on the heavier side, maybe more of a guard, which we could move Jordan Morgan to tackle, in fairness, so we're not limited to any sort of position. But still, I would like to draft someone that we would just move over right away. And I think, honestly, the best guy is Pemberton. So Pemberton's our guy. He is true talent 50, hidden dev, really weak strength, but hidden dev, your classic run-of-the-mill pass blocker. Pick 27 in the 3rd round. We could definitely use corner. I'm not saying this guy looks great, but he could be one of those sneaky types. Connor McPhee is an A-man, A-press, not so bad 40-time guy. It's a late 3rd. I'm willing to take that risk. 24 true. Hidden dev. That's huge. Hobbs is slot now. That is a huge steal. Usually when you find these types of players, they're like 6'4", 6'5", so it's a little easier to see. 6'3" is obviously pretty tall as well, but that is corner 2. I don't know what his dev is, but doesn't matter to me. That's corner 2 every day of the week. Wow, that is clutch. Very clutch. Will Little, he's okay. I'll take an edge rusher. A little backup, why not? 89 true talent. Also hidden dev. I mean, I don't need a hidden dev or a starter. Just want some value. Well, actually, you know what? Rashawn Gary. Sorry to say, Mr. Rashawn, but you are getting on the older side. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything specifically, but I will say things are being said. Okay? Tremaine Brothers, don't really love him. I'm going to trade down. I do want Brown, I suppose, because 3 to 4 is pretty good. 6th round, should be able to get him there, and even if we don't, we got an edge rusher right now that we might not even use. So let's look for a 4th next year from a team that we expect to be bad. Right, it's not great, but the Panthers, at least, they're giving us more than a 4th round pick. Like, it's a late 4th, but, any of those teams, even the Panthers themselves, could be, even worse than that. So you need to get something back, at least that 7th. Wow, that edge rusher is actually gone, too. Damn, at least, that 7th round pick makes it feel not completely useless. Mike Jones, I'm going to take him. He's actually not bad. C-zone coverage, fast, 350 true talent. I lied, he's terrible. And it's been too long, in my opinion, since Green... Okay, I'm going to take this Beeson guy. He's going to be horrible, but he's a 1 to 2. What am I supposed to do? 315 true talent, normal dev. I mean, who cares? But it's been a long time since Green Bay has had a fullback that can become iconic. Like John Kuhn, obviously. Forever. Iconic for Green Bay. And then even Ripkowski for a while. He was like in the 80s in Madden, If you're a fullback and you're playing for Green Bay, it seems like you're going to become a league favorite for some reason. I don't know. It's just the guy looked pretty good, right? We had an A run block, B pass block, I believe. I didn't think he was going to be true talent 3. That's a great draft pick. Okay, I mean, he's a fullback. Who gives a damn? But somewhere in the 70s, this guy is. We get a fullback hidden dev here and there. Not typically, 78 overall, true talent 3. Travis Blond, I mean, that's guaranteed to be a superstar. Trucking of 89. This guy's actually insane. He's actually really, if he was a little bit fat, number 44, that's like an iconic type of number. Obviously super, okay, maybe not star. I thought he was going to be superstar, but yeah, that guy's kind of goated. That is sick. Weathersby, 75 overall. Like I said, I was feeling 75 overall. Great jumping, amazing break abilities for, after the catch, except for trucking, unfortunately. Run block, they're always going to be bad for a wide receiver. No aggressive catch at 6'5" is just like Green Bay's luck to get somebody that big frame, can't jump ball. What number would be sick? I actually kind of like number 2 now. Start Dev. Kind of expected it, but you never know. Let's take a look now at the DT Dravon kid, which is a sick name, by the way. 77 finesse, super fast. Like Dravon, dude, that, like, you literally sound like a slick vampire. No? I don't know. 99 for his number. I kind of like it. Of course, Sardev. Pemberton. I mean, are we just going to plug and play him at tackle? He's got the build. He's got that pass block build that Green Bay's after, especially for tackle, obviously. Let's take a look at the dev. Maybe we get lucky. We do not, but still, it's fine. Then the next pick was a corner who I really just never thought in a million years we get this lucky. 74 overall, 83 man, 81 press. I don't really pay attention to these types much. I think they usually are star, right? Maybe we get lucky. And we do. Okay, maybe they are superstar. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, the 6'5" guys specifically, they usually are superstar. And then Will Little, I guess he's our new right end. Well, not new right end, but he'll be up there. Finesse, 77. Man, I really want to start him. Like, this guy is intriguing me. Star Dev. Oh, well. Yeah, these two guys, though, they were horrible. Glenn Beeson, a first rounder. I mean, you could use him for sure, but we're not. No hope. Another guy that, very, very, very raw, but 69 zone coverage with 90 speed at 6'2". You could absolutely use this guy. Great special team pickup. And then for the draft, the other draft people, who else do we want to see? Was it Keenan in the second round? Was his name Keenan or was it a different guy? I think it was Keenan. Dudley was on our board too. Looks actually pretty good. 74 overall Keenan, team we actually traded down with. The Colts got him. Hidden dev. Really good catching. Oh my god, he's actually insane with catching. He's even better trucking than our guy. 6'2", 22. This guy might be better than Weathersby. And he was taken way later. Star Dev. I mean, our guy's very similar. Our guy's a little taller, though. And then I think that was it. We don't really, who cares? Some other linemen might be better, but our guy was hidden. That's all I ask. If you get hidden dev, I don't care if another guy was superstar. Sure, it would have been cool to have them, but that's fine. We conquered what we were trying to do. And one thing is another. We are broke. Is there anyone? Elton Jenkins might be a cap casualty. Maybe there's good reason why that team is always in free agency. Just maybe. Maybe there's something to it. As far as Hobbs and Aaron go, I might have to look into their contracts. Once again, I'm pretty sure it's the guarantees are pretty low, so a lot of that's probably like front loaded, especially with the way Green Bay's built here. They really hopefully did, because there's some contracts here that they might not be able to afford if they didn't. But yeah, some of the best players on this team are not that good overall, yet they're making a lot of money. We're on the struggle bus right now. We're trying to divert it. All right, season 2. Weathersby's going to go straight to wide receiver 1 because, well, he's 6'5". That's it. Packers don't have a true wide receiver 1 with that kind of frame. I know Watson's, he's like borderline 6'4". He's kind of slender, though. Weathersby is a tank. He's a full-on tank. The other wide receivers, I mean, it's a good unit, but we're kind of keeping, so far at least, until hopefully Weathersby wins Rookie of the Year, whatever we can get from him. Keeping true with that Green Bay have got good receivers, not great ones, but hopefully Weathersby can kind of jump in front of that. The problem is, Jacob's about to be 28. Actually, I think he is 28. He's about to be 29. That's really bad. We've got maybe this season and next with him being good, like really good, and then after that we need a new running back. O-line, new left guard more than likely, new right guard for sure at some point. Tight end also, Tucker Kraft, 79 overall. Not a huge fan of that. Defensively, though, ironically, from a Green Bay Packers team, actually pretty good. I mean, maybe you need a new left end, but outside of left end and DT, you are pretty much looking at the, I assume we can afford them, final roster, really, and it's only season 2. This is likely what we're looking at. So, yeah, not bad there. It's just quite a bit of O-linemen, some wide receivers maybe, definitely in a running back. Just trying to make it out one draft at a time. Really good start, but then a little faltering. $64 million, almost it feels like it's like a guarantee at this rate that Alexander would leave, but maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, we have the choice to resign him. I'm going to make that choice myself. Elton Jenkins, this is a guy that they usually lose. So making the choice to re-sign Jair Alexander myself, 2 year 40, don't care. Doesn't want to be there. Should have been gone by now. All right. Jaden Reed, I don't know what the long-term looks like for him, so I'm going to do a 3-year. $34 million, Tucker Kraft. This is a tough one for me because I really love Tucker Kraft in real life, but I can also see kind of trends in game, and with a Packers scheme, you're not going to see tight ends do well anyways. Do you really want to pay him a 3-year deal worth 30? If I can get him even on a 1-year 10.5, which he took, that's fine. $23 million, Van Ness is gone. Elton Jenkins, man, this is really going to put us against the wall here, but he's one of our best linemen, man. $10 million left, losing Wicks, Valentine, Musgrave, a bunch of players, but I really don't want to lose all of our linemen. Jordan Love's an X Factor. That's pretty cool. That's just exactly how Drake May got his dev up in our Patriots franchise. Offered Elton Jenkins a 3 or 45. He's still just declining it. I don't know what to do. Maybe this is why he goes. Maybe it's not money. I offered all the way up to 3 or 48, and he said no. I don't know what I can do. And we did make the playoffs 10-7. Not a great finish. At one point, we were freaking 5-0. And we go 10-7. That's a lot of losses. We went 5-7 to finish the season. It's pretty bad. Green Bay and their bad finishes, man. I don't know what to tell you. Let's take a look at the numbers. As Jacobs is number 1 running back again, at least yards-wise. Jordan Love was unbelievable. Can't go to X Factor, even though he might win MVP here, because he's already X Factor. Jacobs was great. Weathersby, that's Rookie of the Year. Reed was great. Ayominor is really good. I literally sounded like I'm the meme. Tucker Kraft, about 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. Blocking was great. Watch, Elton Jenkins is going to get freaking superstar dev as he wants to leave. I'll tag him. I don't care. Scoring 10 sacks. 9.5 for Gary. 7.5 for Clark. Don't want to talk about anyone else. 3 picks for Hobbs. 3 for McKinney. Kicking, we only missed 1 out of 20. Whelan was about, perfect as a punter. This was honestly top to bottom. I mean, maybe a little bit better in the edge. Pass rush could have been a little bit better sack totals-wise. One of the best top-to-bottom seasons I've ever seen. Love was all the way at 6, by the way, for MVP, which is insane to me. Obviously, Rookie of the Year on offense. Defense, no! And then Jordan Love at 2. Jacobs at 2. Weathersby number 1 for wide receiver, though. Could go straight to freaking X Factor for all we know. Jenkins number 2. Oh, what an L, dude. He's number 2 for McManus. Could have been a superstar. Wow, we really got unlucky, huh? That sucks. But we're in the playoffs going against the Rams. Even though we're on the road, we're in the playoffs. It's all that matters. Wow, look at that game against the Colts. 52 points. All right, here it is. The Rams. They're only an 84 overall. We have them by 5. It kind of sucks. We couldn't, get a home game. I don't think we're going to have a single home matchup. Did we? What seed were we? The 5th, 6th? I don't even know. But Jordan Love, X Factor. Josh Jacobs, X Factor. Wide receivers are still lacking, even though that wide receiver 1, that rookie, should be really good after this season. But that's not right now. That's not yet. He's good, not great. We'll see what it looks like. End of the game. Really liking this Rams stadium, by the way. 10-0. Really love this field anyways. 17-7. Kind of looking at that field and blink, and, the score is just changing. 28-7, right? I mean, perfect. Second half, they do get a touchdown. That field goal might put them away, though. They're not going away just yet, but a really long drive there will officially do it. 34-21, very convincing win. The offense, defense, both playing pretty well, I think. As far as the quarterbacks themselves, Dart, I remember Dart was to the Rams 2 rebuilds in a row now, I think, actually. Touchdown for Dart, 0 picks, but Jordan Love a little bit better. 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, with a little bit higher completion percentage, better average yards per throw. Jacobs, the better running back today. Great block, broken tackles. Ayominor, really good stuff. It's Ayominor, right? Or is it Ayomanor? Nah, it can't be that, dude. And if it isn't, so freaking be it, okay? Some pretty good sack numbers for us. Only 2, but it's fine. It's fine. And as far as picks, none. Kicking, elite. Could have been a superstar if it wasn't for, number 2. So many runner-ups in this award season, but it's nice to be in the top 3, top 5 tells you, hey, you're doing something right if you got a lot of guys in there. Some of these teams don't even have like 1, let alone multiple, and we were kind of all over that thing. Go to the divisional round where we are going to be taking on the Falcons. We do have that home game. We are the 5th seed. The Falcons are the 6th seed. Don't know if the Commanders are still in it, but I suppose in theory, if we win this and the Commanders win their game, we could have another home game. Of course, another 5 overall or 4 overall this time boost or bump over the other team. I guess it was 4 last time too, wasn't it? They're 84? No, maybe they were 84. Either way, I'll say Penix looking pretty good. We kind of looked through their team when we were trying to make some sort of trade. I can't remember what it was, but Penix was looking decent. He was like 84 overall star at the time, so got to be higher than that now. 14-7, really good turnaround here. 21-7, 28-7, 31-7, 38-7, 45-7. An absolute smoke show. The last time the Packers destroyed the Falcons in the playoffs like this, they won a Super Bowl. So who the hell knows? It was in the divisional round as well. Take a look at those stats. Master performance from Love might have even outdone the performance Rodgers had against them, which one of the greatest playoff performances ever. I mean, against that team in that stadium. Like, I don't know if people forget, but that team with that stadium, once again, were seemingly not unbeatable, but their status was up there. They were getting up there. The mystique about them. Reed and Weathersby, really good stuff there. Sack totals, Gary with a ton, Scourton with a ton. Scourton could go to Superstar. Eman Worry with a pick. I'm still kind of just like forgetting how many players that we drafted that should not have been where they were still, and we drafted them, and I'm just wondering what you guys are thinking about it. I'll be honest. I think you guys are like less harsh than I am. Usually I'm very harsh on these where I'm like, stupid, unrealistic, why would you do that? But every once in a while throw in, it's the Packers, damn it. We get the Commanders. No shots. We're actually going to get to have 2 home playoff games despite being the 5th seed. Impressive. Who do the Commanders beat? They beat the Lions by 3, not an easy team. They beat the Eagles by 6. Oh, God. Then even if we win this game, you got to play the Chiefs or the Bills. Things aren't looking as good as they once were a second ago. Here we go to the end of the game. Up by 3, not a bad start. We got to stop in the field goal, but then they get to stop at a touchdown. We get to stop on a touchdown ourselves. Huge run, nice. 17-7 before half. Last time this happened, we kind of took the game over, and it looks to be the same situation. The Commanders get a little bit more fight in them, but 33-13 as we head our way to the Super Bowl in year 2. Great performance again from Jordan Love. Rushing, not as good, but still 74 yards. Reed, 2 touchdowns, 71 yards. And Yemenor, 1 touchdown, 92. Every time I literally hear, Norm, every single time. I just hear the meme. Nic Scourton, 2.5. Clark, half. Pick for Bullard. Did I miss? No, we've seen the kicking. I think it was clean. Either way, Super Bowl time. I don't even know who we're rooting for at this rate. The Bills, I've really struggled to score against. But the Chiefs are the Chiefs, so I don't know. I guess I'm rooting for the Bills because you do see the Chiefs win Super Bowls more often, admittedly. Right, the Bills do win, so we sort of get our wish, kind of. What were those scores like, though, is what I wonder. Like, were they really high-scoring games? Bills did at the play, 15-point lead over the Broncos. Then they beat the Bengals in a super high-scoring affair, and then 4 over the Chiefs. So, I mean, I don't hate our odds. I think, we've put up some points against a pretty good team. So, let's see. First things first, let's take a look at any dev-ups we might have had. Weathersby. Oh, my God. What overall is that? 88 overall. I will admit, I accidentally left those 200% XP sliders on till, like, mid-season. So, a little bit longer than we were expecting. Maybe see if we have an XP boost here. 24,000 XP for that. Maybe it was actually longer than that. I mean, you got a touchdown record, so who cares? Either way, unbelievable. Superstar Dev. You break a touchdown record, I think it's just a franchise record, but you break any sort of franchise, league record, anything like that, you deserve to be a pretty high overall. You look across the board here, though, not that good, right? Like, Morgan's not that great. Pemberton does go to an 80, but he was a rookie starting. Kraft's not that good. Reed's not that good. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, Scourton had a really good year. Doesn't go up in dev, which is painful, by the way. But, some pretty good players obviously glowed up, but also some guys that just didn't really move. Like, Kidd went to a 76 overall. If there was anyone that would have, boosted really high, if the sliders were too crazy, it would have been DT. DT is always one that goes up, but not really here. Either way, the Bills, only an 86 overall. However, they have won 14 games. That is no joke. 14 on top of the playoffs. So, 17. Hopefully not 18. End of the game for all the marbles. Right to left, I think, is us. It is. We get to stop with a field goal touchdown. Up by 3, up by 6. The Bills are leading. We are now up by 6 again. We're down by 1. Halftime score is the first time we've seen a deficit in a while. I will say we're scoring points, but that's kind of come to a drought a little bit here. 3rd and 6 conversion, and this is just going to go bad. 4th and 3, they can go for the field goal. I would actually crazy enough, be the one that would say go for the field goal here, no? Am I losing my mind or what? Oh, that's wide open. That could be a touchdown. Not the fastest, but fast enough. All the way down to the 7. What an effort. Let's see the sim. I mean, they said to go for it. I agreed and went for it. Got the touchdown. Got the 2-point. 11 minutes left. 28 all. We get the stop with the turnover. We turn it into nothing. This offense is selling. And, I mean, they're converting 3rd and 6s on the ground. That's all you need to know about our chances of winning this game. 3-point deficit. 31 seconds. You really can't keep this in field. I don't know what you do here. I guess you look for that out, which they're covering pretty well. A little overthrown. What a try. They're going to say he caught it. What a catch by Wicks if that was actually down. They're going to say he caught it. Unfreaking believable. We just need a field goal. Upfield, Jacobs, please. Gets about 6. Out of bounds, a lot of clock wasted. But we're not far out of range. We just got to make it happen. Get out of bounds. We're going to go to the post with Reed just in case they leave it. It's a tough one. Oh, left foot in. Wicks is unbelievable. Oh, that was a filthy catch. This one I got to see. Oh, my. Probably should have looked at the other one, too. Wicks is carrying. Look at this jump. And then look at this foot. I mean, it's out of bounds. Reaches it back in. Stabs it. First down and then some. Tucker Craft double move. I mean, this is risky. I really like Withersby, though. There's no one on him. Catch this. Blown coverage. Weathersby is going to score the touchdown. Instead of going for the tie, we might have just had a miracle happen. I have never seen the AI blow the coverage that much. I don't know if it's because pre-play they thought it was going to be that little short double move. So stressful. Look at Weathersby, his hairline. But they expected the double move inside with Crap, but when he streaked, the safety had to follow him. I'm not 100% sure, but a blown play nonetheless. They go cover 2 with 12 seconds left. A little bit more than that, but what are they doing? Jordan Love delivering a throw, and Tucker Craft did get a crazy release inside. I mean, he's got inside leverage there. I mean, the other side's wide open too, but obviously I'm going to the 6'5 guys. Well, hopefully he either catches or just goes out of bounds, but wow, what a play. That is an unbelievable one. I think that's going to be the winner. That's going to be the winner. We win the Super Bowl year 2 at the Packers, 35-31. A little bit of a miracle right at the end there. That was spectacular. That doesn't happen often. You guys see how many times we struggle to move the ball. Giants one wasn't that tough because we had a high throw power guy, and B, those receivers were maybe the best we've ever had in a realistic setting. We had 3 super young, superstar plus, 90 overall plus wide receivers. Or Beal was really close to it. Maybe, I can't remember if he actually was 90 plus, but ridiculous wide receiver room, so that's why it wasn't as hard, but it's been a lot of rebuilds where we just can't even move the ball at all. We get sacked early and all that good stuff. If you're on the other team, bad stuff for us. But in this one, that is not the case. Year 2, we win a Super Bowl. We'll at least do 2 more years. I mean, it's a little early. It's a Green Bay Packers team that's, basically playoff bound most seasons. What an effort there. I mean, really had no business winning this game after they choked so many opportunities. Yet here is exactly what happens. Let's take a look at the numbers. Jordan Love did not throw a pick, actually. Josh Allen threw 2. That is definitely the difference maker in this one. Rushing, Josh Jacobs, pretty good stuff. 2 tackles broken. 2 touchdowns. James Cook actually broke more tackles, which is super rare for Josh Jacobs to be out-tackle broken in a game. Shakir, though, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. They had a lot of really high receiving numbers, but what they don't have is a Super Bowl win right here, so we'll take that trade-off. McPhee, the rookie. Cooper, the rookie. Those high-dev rookies, man, they are something else. And I'll show you funny business. It's a little early. Our year 4, year 5 is, we make a Super Bowl happen. It's kind of, almost expected at that rate. But year 2, even with the Packers, it's kind of like, well, that's a little higher than expected, right? You don't almost ever see the Packers win a Super Bowl in Sim. And when they do, it's not right away. But let's take a look at the retirements. I don't know who we would have had, if anybody. Obviously the mentors, but outside of those guys, no, just the 2 mentors. One thing, though, is for sure, money not our friend. Money not our friend at all. And Elgton Jenkins is potentially a free agent because A, he just doesn't want to join us back, and B, well, we can't really even afford him that much. Yeah, well, it's 2-year. Oh, crap, I forgot. Well, there's that. Okay, we might just be losing Elgton Jenkins. We'll see what free agency looks like if we can bring him back, but there's maybe a good reason why Elgton Jenkins is almost always a free agent. Looking at free agency, though, speaking of Frank Ragnow, I mean, if we're going to be paying linemen, man, Laporta looks freaking good, though. But if we're going to be paying linemen, why would I pay Jenkins $13.5 a year when I could pay Frank Ragnow $14.5 a year, and he's, like, much better? I don't know if there is much of an argument against it, so that's what we're doing, 3 or 45, and he really wants to join us, so a little rivalry, a little revenge, if you will, for letting him go. See if we actually get him or not. Yay, went to the Rams. He took a 2-year 29 to join the Rams, who got beaten by us, the team that offered him a 3 or 45. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is Madden we're talking about. If you can't trust Madden to pull off some realism, I mean, who can you trust, honestly? As Jenkins also abandons us. Well, I love this game. This game's fantastic. If, of course, you hate football and yourself. Also, Edgerrin Cooper got to Superstar, which, I mean, I noticed, but he was already good anyway, so I was like, kind of forget about it. But team looks okay. I don't hate it, right? I think corners are good. DT could use work. Gary was not bad last season, but he's also 29. He's only star dev, so yeah, I don't know. We'll look for edge, I think. I mean, glaring needs would be running back, but 91 overall Josh Jacobs, maybe his last season being like truly elite, but I can't really grab a running back now when those running backs most of the time are going to be slow developers. If they're not starting as rookies, their chance of being good pretty damn low. So we're going to be looking at, running back, but not super high, I don't think. Wide receiver, not super high, kind of a slot type-ish for, just in case Reed, once Reed's done with his contract. Couple all linemen, tight end wouldn't hurt. DT, off-ball linebackers, I don't know if we can pay Quay. And then edge. So, I mean, not many starters of that list. Not many of those are starters. One lineman. But future-proofing where we'll probably really need it. All right, we're in the draft now. We have a bunch of different linemen. We got some D lineman types. A couple of 2 to 3 DT types as well. Edge wouldn't be a problem. Wouldn't be something I would hate to see, but I think we are a little early with that. I think we're at least a season early with an edge rusher. Once again, we talked about how strong it is and how important it is to start rookies in Madden and, not waste that year because you get so much XP. So with that being said, I don't think we're going to be grabbing edge. And I mean, they're all gone now anyways, but don't think we're going to be grabbing edge because I feel like it's a waste. If you want to actually develop an edge rusher, you need to start him year one, and there's not really a spot to start on this team right now. Gary is an 84 overall. He deserves a start still. He was pretty good. 3 to 4s. I mean, so I guess at this point, we need some linemen. We're going to just trade down to the late second, grab a DT and a lineman. That's the plan. I did not realize that this pick was worth that much. We end up trading 32 down to the Bills for 63 and 95, I think it is, this year, plus a second next year. So we get a pretty good haul here. We get a second round next year to go with it, and we have 2 picks right at the end of the second round. Not bad. And, of course, we can use both of our thirds if we want to move up into, the high third. But as far as what we're going to do here, I mean, I assume we're going to be going with maybe 2 linemen and a DT. I think that might be the plan. DTs anyways. They both look pretty good. It's hard to say who's better because you got that impact block. I mean, I would argue Smith is slightly better, I think, especially with that pursuit. So, Andrew Smith, 22 years old. Fast. What about the other guy? How fast is he? I hate that you can't just stay in there. Both 22 years old. A little bit worse reps. I mean, they're both pretty damn similar, to be honest. They're like clones of each other almost. Even at the same height. I think I'm going to go Andrew Smith. If he's normal, I might take the other DT. Hell, even if he's hidden, I might take the other DT. Ooh, I'm definitely taking the other DT at normal. So we're about to find out if I made the wrong call or if both guys just happen to be normal dev. Mr. Aries Boone, if they're both normal, I'm going to be so sad. 78 true. Damn, so I took the wrong guy. That is sad. Sad day. Let's go to the Saints, grab that lineman. Kind of want both linemen, but I think that is not going to be possible. It's going to cost us a lot just to make this move. Okay, it might cost us 2/4. Opens the door a little bit. Okay, maybe this... Okay, we might maybe be able to pull this off. We'll see. I mean, there's one. There's one. We're halfway there. Let's grab that lineman. See, hopefully, head dev. Mr. Kerry Cooper. Pretty cool name. Really bad run blocker. Automatically hidden dev with that. It's fact. 20 true talent, hidden dev. If you're a goated pass blocker and you suck at run blocking, welcome to the hidden dev zone. Let's go to the Jets now, see if we can make that trade up. Might not even cost us anything next year. Well, anything major, I should say. Well, I say that, but we're going to at least lose a 4th. Have that extra second, though. That's fine. Got anything else? Trying to make this a little easier on us. But the thing is, we don't even need a DT just yet, but maybe we just trade off Kenny Clark. Like, he's good, but he's 31, and his cost is very high. So we'll probably end up trading him off or something. I mean, there's got to be a team that's desperate right now, right? And that team is us, of course. All of this to move up to 66. Might end up using Kenny Clark for a 3-peat trade, basically. Get ourselves another player, maybe a linebacker. But Justin Mentor is going to be our guy. Another, really good pass blocker, not good run blocker, guaranteed to be hidden. There you go. Every time, dude. Just forgo the run blockers, and you will land a hidden dev player. All right, Kenny Clark in the 3rd round next year for Tyler Warren. I wouldn't have made that trade if not for seeing who they signed in free agency. I get it. You can move up any of those players around, but they literally had, if I can even... I literally already forgot what team we're looking at. Was it the Jaguars? They had Laporta. They just signed him to a ridiculous deal. They're not re-signing Tyler Warren, so say what you will, but... yeah, Tyler Warren's our guy. They also would have drafted him pretty late, right? Because I'm pretty sure he falls in this class for some reason. All right, let's take a look at that draft recap. 72, 71, 74, 74, and a really bad quarterback. Mr. Andrew Smith, DT, normal dev. Great finesse, but what an L of a draft pick. Let me tell you that much. Normal dev, not fun. Boone, however, a little bit worse in the finesse, but actually hidden dev. He'll be our starter. Going into this next season. What's that dev looking like? Star dev. Not a crazy sell, but yeah, we still did kind of sell. Oh, God. And then we have some linemen. Kerry Cooper, he should really be starting. I don't know who the hell he replaces, but I wanted a lineman. I got a lineman. The guard, however, the other guard, left guard, Justin Mentor, is definitely going to be our new center. Another guy that's really good at pass blocking. That's kind of it. Let's take a look if we got anybody crazy. Superstar? No superstar. All right, here we are. Season 3, coming off of a Super Bowl win. Mentor has aged a lot. He really is a mentor. Dude, like, who is that supposed to be? He's supposed to be 21 years old? Where? He's like 61 years old. Are you kidding me? Oh, my yut. Weathersby's not looking much better. He's been Weathersby. Yeah, just teams getting older at some positions I don't like running back, but everything else pretty damn young. As far as the defense goes, Gary might need to be out as Kenny Clark was out just this last season, trying to go out with the old, in with the new, especially since we're broke. But, yeah, we're on a good trajectory. 88 overall, still good, but also added in some youth to kind of solidify the future. We're at $115 million, but somebody's got to get paid, right? McKinney, we can afford. Cooper, I don't want to afford, but we have to. He's too good not to. Jacobs could get a 1-year. Bullard will definitely get a long-term deal. Tucker Kraft's gone. Quay's gone. Morgan might be gone. Gary, I don't know. 85 overall now. We'll see. But let's take care of the contracts we for sure are going to keep. So Gary is a maybe. Morgan, I think I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Quay definitely saying no. Tucker definitely saying no, as much as it pains me. Bullard, yes. Cooper, yes. McKinney, yes. Jacobs, yes. If all the contracts are right. Like Jacobs a 1-year, McKinney's a 2-year, which I think we might be able to get. I still think we can do that without upping the years. I think we just need to up the money. And then Cooper is going to ask for a lot, dude. 5-year 90? Damn, even more than that. We might have to do the 5-year 100, which is a lot of money for a linebacker. Jacobs, I would like to wait, but if I can, yeah, if I can knock this out now, I'll take the risk rather than the risk of potentially losing him. I think he should still at least be an 85 plus, which is all it takes to be a starter, to be honest. Bullard, super cheap contract. Finally, somebody that's not trying to break the bank. Then we have, you still extend Cooper. And then Rashawn Gary will just knock out right now. Because I think even at 1 year 14, if he had to be a backup, that's a lot of money, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. You know, he's an edge rusher. He's good. Even as a backup, that's great depth. We had a pretty good year. Was it a bye week year? It was not. 2 losses at the end absolutely killed that bye week chance. And because of that, we actually allowed the Lions in the playoffs. So if we're to lose, I mean, look at the top threes. But if we're to lose here, I mean, we have no one to blame but ourselves. You know, if we would have won against the Lions, maybe we get that bye week because we would have tied the Cowboys. And then, of course, the Lions would have been out. Who would you be playing instead of them? I know they lost a couple of players already, so they're definitely not as good as they once were. The Falcons, I don't know. I think they're about pretty equal, to be honest. But look at our numbers. We killed it. Jordan Love, too many picks. Otherwise, he'd be MVP. Great touchdowns, great yardage. Jacobs, still really good stuff. Weathersby, amazing. Reed, amazing. Yomenyor, very good stuff. I'm still definitely saying his name wrong. I know it. Warren, about the same as Kraft, but a little bit more touchdowns. So, but younger, I guess, longer termed. Pemberton, 12 sacks allows a lot, but the line's managing, the team's managing with some new players in their pass rush. Pretty mid. 9.5 for Gary again, 9 for Scourton. It's okay. It's okay. Cooper with 4 picks. It's pretty average. McManus was very bad, though. 70% kicks. Not up to his standard. Jordan Love, number 4 for MVP. Reed, number 2 for Offensive Player of the Year. Would have been a guaranteed dev up. Weathersby, number 4 for Offensive Player of the Year. Cooper, number 4 for Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year on offense, no. Boone, number 2 for defense. That's Payne. QB, number 2. Running back, number 6. Wide receiver, number 1. Jaden Reed's automatically a superstar. I'd love to see it. Weathersby, number 4. O-line, Cooper. Star dev, he's a backup. We've seen this a lot of times where our backup lineman has come close to winning Rookie or Offensive Lineman of the Year, but never won it. He did this time. I don't care. I'm taking it. Scourton, number 10. Cooper, number 3. It's really stupid that he does get it, though, because he's obviously not the lineman of the year. He's not even playing. But, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to take it. I actually am going to force the dev down, because that's stupid, dude. Like, why would a guy that just didn't really play get it? You know? That's just dumb. Unless we did play him. I'm pretty sure he didn't start over Banks, though. He might have, though, but I don't think he did. End of the game, we won a Super Bowl last year. See if we can go 2-peat, 7-0, 14-0, 17-0. Losing to the team that we personally let into the playoffs is so damn poetic, as we have scored 0 points, mind you. 24-6, 24-13. Okay, we're climbing back. I mean, the game's still open. 14-point deficit. You gotta make something happen, though. Really? Did they get it? That was close. They barely got it. They get the touchdown. 7-point deficit. You need to stop. 3rd and 6. It's all on the line right here. Did it say Hail Mary? There's no way that said Hail Mary. That would make no sense. But I swear it did. We'll go Quay. He's the worst player on the field defensively, as McKinney is not on his guy. But we get him anyways. Huge sack. Quay Walker is in there. And with that, I mean, there's a little bit better field position, I suppose. Would have been nice to see him get that ball off, but it's fine. Also, really wish we had like a proper return man back here, but not a great punt by any means. Could get to the 40. And we will. 40, 41-yard line. They're going to say 39. Okay. Those sharp outs have been killer for us. Is that a linebacker on Reed? Am I crazy, or is this like not a big play coming? I mean, I can't believe the guy's on it. And then Brian Branch with one of the craziest chase down knockouts I've ever seen. That is crazy. I can't believe he catches this. He actually notices it too. That is wild. This throw is almost perfect. It is just a little underthrown. A little underthrown. Oh my. But by the way, that's Jack Campbell running down the field with him. If you were curious to the difficulty that we're playing on, in case you're wondering, in case, you still have doubts, that's Jack Campbell running with Jaden Reed about 50 yards downfield on a straight-up go route. So those are the sliders, in case you're wondering. Just so you know. Just in case. As they're going to be in some pretty good coverage. Oh, my. Some trouble. Great catch to the 48. I mean, it's going to at least give us something, but a lot of clock will be wasted here. About 20 seconds. Reed go route. Reed go route. Thank you. I'm watching it. Really good coverage, can't lie. Great catch, but did he go out of bounds? I don't think he did. This might be go route for the win. Okay, it takes 20 seconds to move down the field, 20 yards. I think EA's got to adjust that timer because that's a bit crazy. It would not take you 20 seconds to get another play in and snap. Maybe there's more than 20 seconds. We had 20 seconds and ran out of time. We would have needed another 5 to hike that, I think. That's stupid. That is just not how long it takes. Like, that's insane. Either way, we lose the game. Super lackluster way to do it, but team left it too long. We lost to the team that we've once again physically let in. We got sacked twice by an off-ball linebacker, mind you. DJ Reed, the guy that actually got sniped by the Lions. Pretty sure the Packers were actually in on him more than Hobbs. Got sniped by the Lions. Makes sense. I would join the Lions if I was going to choose between... Well, I don't know if I would, actually. It depends. It kind of depends. Because the Packers do kind of have like a pretty cool culture, but I suppose the Lions, you got that dome. Got a better-looking team right now, so... Yeah, I probably would take the Lions. But it is... I think as a young player, I would take the Packers. I think the Packers are more forgiving than pretty much every team in the league, which is probably half their downfall. So if you're like a mid player or you're a young player that you don't know if you're going to make it, the Packers, I give you the most chances possible. So that's who I would join. X Factor Weathersby, look at him go. 92 overall? 92 overall. Unfreaking believable. Release is a little low, but wide receiver 1 through and through. Jacobs, did he regress? 89. See, those are the regression. I like this regression point. Reed, superstar dev, 88 overall. Fantastic. Love it. Warren definitely didn't go up in dev. 8 touchdowns, nice, but not enough to go up in dev. 86 overall, though. Goes up 3 overs, I think it was. 3 overalls. Jacobs, a 30-year-old, goes down to an 89 overall. This is the regression I can live with. He's not as fast as he once was, but trucking, stiff arm, juke move, still really good. Those are, like I said, the drops and regression I could see. 94 overall. 94 overall for Love. He's looking great. X Factor, all the good stuff. I like the way he runs around. He actually feels like Jordan Love when running around. And then looking at the defense, Cooper gets the X Factor. We just paid him a 5-year. 95 is what it costed us, in case you were wondering. Edrin Cooper, 88 overall. What a guy. X Factor. Don't think anyone else went up in Nev, but we pretty much took care of all of our contracts. There might have been one that we didn't. I'm trying to think of it. Like the ones that we were trying to finish. Obviously, we had some linemen. We were like, meh. I don't know. But $67 million Scourton on a 5th year. Honestly, it's half tempting because that red is scary looking. Quay, I mean, the prices aren't terrible. It's just we could do better for cheaper. And sooner or later, we're going to run out of money. So we're going to try to cut ties early and avoid that down the line problem while re-signing kind of mid players. If they were like must-keep players, sure. But they're like good, not great. Also, this would definitely be the year you could get rid of Banks, so that's what we're going to do, save some money. Need 1 lineman at least. Also, we got to change Cooper, change his dev back to star, because he just, once again, doesn't deserve it. He didn't even start. He's an 85 overall, so he should be happy with the glow up. While not, did he start, actually? There's no way he started. Jordan Morgan was over there, and I don't think we started him over Banks, because we're, trying to do this whole rebuild thing realistically. Yeah, I don't think he started, so we're going to drop his dev down to star. It's already bad enough he is the overall he is, pretty much undeservingly, so be happy to have the overall at this rate. Banks is kind of the odd man out here, as you can see. Then defensively, we still need a running back, but defensively, off-ball linebacker for sure. Edge, maybe. I mean, Gary's not putting up elite numbers, but he's putting up good enough numbers. He's had some decent playoff games as well, but we definitely need edge. So if there's an edge rusher, we'll take one just because that's future-proofing. We have Little on our team, and we've absolutely wasted him, but DTs look pretty good. Team looks pretty good in general. I mean, you're just kind of future-proofing. That's about it, as per usual by this time in a rebuild. We're in the draft pick 24. We absolutely need a linebacker. Everything else is kind of secondary. We have a running back here, Spellman, 441. Kind of the future proof of Josh Jacobs. I wish he was 21. Not that it really matters too much, but I really wish that was the case. We have some edge rushers. Not many, though. We have Jordan, Henley, and honestly, Johnston. Like, those are the only ones. And, it's not Johnston, the other guy. Who's the other guy? It was Crowley. That's the one. 1 to 2. Not the fastest guy, for sure, but he's at least got a power move B. Block shit a B. I don't think any of those guys are going to be there. If that running back's there at 24, I guess I'm just going to take him. It's the final season, and we really don't need a starter outside of linebacker, so luxury pick outside of a trade down. Denzel Spellman, I don't know how good he's going to be. 74 overall hidden, that's my guess. 6 true, actually might be better. Normal, automatically worse. We end up trading our second-round pick, and then a 6 next year for a third and a fourth this year from the Cardinals. Wouldn't up using that, probably a lineman or something like that, future-proofing, maybe even starting for a right guard, as Banks is still on the team as a starter at the moment. So with this pick, looking at linebacker, I didn't even realize that Flowers was a 2-3. Flowers is probably going to be our guy here. Pretty damn fast. Great across the board pretty much for the most part. 80 true. Hendev, there you go. We had draft capital if need be to go for the other linebacker, but yeah, we're fine. We're chilling. We'll grab a lineman here, even though we don't really need one just yet. Didn't have many linemen, though. So Andrews Archer, one of the two, is probably going to be my bet. Whoever's got the worst run block stats, that's the guy. Honestly, actually kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I guess Andrews got some weakness to him, but that's who we're going to go with. 45 true, Hendev. There you go. That is going to be the draft class. And we get ourselves a little fast edge rusher. Start of the 4th round. Shaq Garland, 92 true. Normal dev, unfortunately, but some depth. Why not? The rest, trade downs, random backups, people that won't start. And random fast wide receiver. He's not that fast, but fast enough. Ethan Kelly, 429. 118 true, normal dev, 95 speed, 98 excel. He's pretty fast. Fast enough. Faster than me, I'll tell you that much. Not by much, though. I ran a good 4.9 10 yard in my day. But let's see that draft recap. Running back, 77 overall. He's normal dev, but he is really good. If that's 6, by the way, what the hell was number 1? We might have had a generational, like a proper generational in this pick. Where number 20 or 16 is terrible, by the way. We got to change that. Quandre Flowers, new left out. I think it's left out we need. New outside linebacker, regardless. Left out, I think, is going to be the spot for him. Quay's gone. Had to get cheaper. We really didn't. We actually had the money, but sort of had to get cheaper. And then Andrews, the final guy here. Juan Andrews. Actually pretty balanced. You know, his base pass block and run block ratings aren't great, but we still don't even know what those mean. Like, we genuinely don't in Madden. Juan Andrews, superstar. Okay, so, I mean, Cooper isn't a superstar, but this Andrews guy, who at some point will be the counterpart to, I think you start him, right? Banks can be a backup because the dead hit isn't, you know, 81 overall. Oh, yeah, so there was some pretty high overalls in here, but, yeah, the dead hit isn't really where we're liking, so you might as well just keep a good backup. 79 overall backup, that's not bad to have. Injuries and all that nonsense. Thomas, superstar dev, everyone else, I don't really care. Actually, I do care. I want to see that edge rusher. Was he no, he was a second rounder. Crowley, 72 overall. Ended up being hidden. Okay, so we kind of sold here. We could have landed ourselves a hidden. He's slow as hell, but we could have landed ourselves a hidden edge rusher. Please be no higher than star. I'm feeling superstar, though. No, he is star. Still, should have grabbed him. Here we are for season 4, the final season, since we won a Super Bowl 2 seasons ago. Last year was definitely lackluster, losing right out the gate, but it's our fault. Once again, we could have beat the Lions and knocked them out of the playoffs, but nope, didn't. Left the door open and lost to a division rival. Looking at the team, though, offense, it's going to get worse soon, right? Jacob's going to be gone, and, you know, Spellman, maybe he's an 80 overall by the end of the year. Still definitely resetting at that position. O-line, it really should be Andrews over Banks. We're going to start him. He's superstar dev, right? Banks is good for now, but that's about it. Warren, 86 overall tight end. Got to pay him. Flowers, new left outside linebacker. Trying to replace the guys that, A, will just not be worth starting anymore, and B, will be not worth the money. So 91 overall to start a season. Very good overall team. One of the best in the league. You know, on par for another potential Super Bowl. All right, $197 million, but Jordan Love is amongst these re-signings. 55.5 per. How much did he want? A 5-year deal? Because I want to try to get this down as much as possible because he is, you know, 29 years old. He's not going to be a 94 overall forever. 34 years old. If we could do a 4-year instead, I think that would be a little bit more on our pace. And he takes it. All right, 4-year, 229. E-Man Worry. Oh, that's a tough one, dude. I really like E-Man Worry, but that's a lot of money. How much are we talking? Once again, if we can get that down to a 4-year, okay, so he didn't take it anyways, but I did not want a 5-year. I wanted a 4-year. Jair Alexander, no matter what his regression is here, assuming he doesn't just randomly retire, will be worth it. $102 million. Warren. not really interested in joining us. Really sucks. 4-year 54. Damn, I hate that so much. Scourton over 20 per. It's getting costly in here. I mean, we might as well just cut to the chase. It's going to cost us at least this. Yeah, 6-year 150. That's actually not terrible. Jacobs is 100% gone. Hobbs 100%. Well, not 100% gone, but likely gone. Hobbs 100% gone. Gary might be gone. Yominyor, let's do one of these. 3-year 22. Okay, doesn't take it. We got money, so we can actually pay some players. Who else do we have coming up, though? Apparently no one. $59 million left. Gonna pay Gary, potentially, and then we actually have all of our money tied up already, so we're actually not in a bad spot. If we win, we're in the playoffs. If we don't, we miss, which is absurd to me. 10-7, Lions again. You gotta be kidding me. We get the division, but how are we barely sneaking into the playoffs with a team like this? Does anyone want to take a stab at it? If your answer is horrible game for 500, you have won tonight's big bonus. I don't understand. 10-7 is just, for a team like this, it's just stupid, especially with the Packers scheme, which is usually a really good scheme. It's a top 5 scheme easily. I mean, I remember looking like a couple months back. I was like, what's a balanced scheme, for Sim? Wow, Weathersby 28 touchdowns is crazy. And someone said the best scheme by far is the Packers. I'm like, oh. So people knew about this like a long time ago. Gary killed it, though. Boone killed it. Scourton, not bad. Kidd, not bad. Edgerrin Cooper picks are great. Everything else, little iffy, though. Whelan's been great this entire rebuild. MVP, love it. 7. Weathersby, number 2. I don't know how 28 touchdowns is enough to beat Nakua, who's the same position as him, mind you. Gotta see these numbers. I'm like so curious about this now. I mean, 1654 with 28 touchdowns. You don't win best wide receiver. Because Nakua put up almost 2,000. Okay, yeah, with 25 touchdowns. That's absurd. The greatest wide receiving season of all time. Those two. Like, the same season to put up 50-plus touchdowns, almost 4,000 yards as two different players. I mean, not on the same team or anything like that, but that's crazy. Goff's an X factor. The Lions have a chance to just completely destroy the what could have been about this rebuild. I don't ask for much, but a couple wins here would be nice. Even if we can't finish with a Super Bowl win, I would still like to at least win a couple playoff games. To win a Super Bowl and then go back-to-back seasons, not even winning a playoff game, would be pretty lackluster. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Like, 10 points throughout a full game. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't change a single scheme. 10 points. Jordan Love threw 2 picks. 10 points through a full freaking game. A full game. 10 points. Won a Super Bowl year 2. Only got better from there. Somehow worse. Lost the Lions back-to-back years in the wild card round as the better team. Okay. I guess that's how the rebuild ends. Sure. 93 overall to 86, but sure. Yes, that's very real. And then what do the Lions do with that playoff spot? They give it up to the Cowboys. Yes, sir. You already know, yes, sir. Who won the Super Bowl? It was the Bills. I actually can't believe that. Like, really? 38-10. When we're at 7 overalls higher than them. Fantastic. Fantastic. Great. Oh, well, let's take a look at the team. That's it. That's it for the rebuild. We got a Super Bowl win. You could have pretty much turned the rebuild off 2 seasons ago, which is, maybe you did. Maybe you're not even here at this point. You did the smart, okay? Either way, let's take a look at the team. Weathersby, 97 overall. Release is pretty bad, but everything but spec catch and release is amazing. 6'5". Got themselves a true X receiver, true wide receiver 1. Reed didn't go up a single overall this season, by the way. I get he's 29 now, but yeah, the team is only going to get worse from here. If you couldn't win a Super Bowl these last 2 seasons, oh, it's over. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about next season. You might as well not even play the next season because this team, especially losing guys like Josh Jacobs, is not getting any better. It's only getting worse. Jordan Love, though, 94 overall, 31 years old, whatever he ends up being. Really accurate quarterback. Everything is in the 90s except for break sack, which honestly, it just doesn't really matter too much. You get a break sack here and there with high break sack, but it's not something to really care about. Tyler Warren, I can't believe we actually ended up with Tyler Warren in this one, which is kind of insane, but yeah, he's good. Team, ended up signing Sam Laporta, so They didn't need him anymore. O-line, we didn't get anybody from real life, so we can skip this whole process. Then we look at the defensive side of the ball now, where you got some players. Javon Bullard with a dev up to superstar, pretty clutch. 89 zone coverage, unbelievable hit power. Just a really good safety duo. And then we're going to be looking at the other side of that, like we just mentioned. McKinney, superstar dev, 92 overall. Definitely getting up there in age, but still really good. Great man coverage, really, really good zone. Hit power's up there. Let's take a look at the linebackers now. I don't really need to look at Flowers. You just kind of got them. Eman Warren, 90 overall. We ended up going with a 4-year 94, I think it was, which is actually pretty good. Block shed is a horrible, by the way, but he's a great coverage guy. Maybe you could put him at corner, safety, whatever you want to do, because he is really good in coverage and obviously unbelievably athletic. I guess we'll look at Flowers, even though I don't really expect much of a glow up here. Very balanced, actually. I'm actually a little surprised by that, but super athletic as well. Just came close on some award wins that we didn't win, which would have changed a lot throughout this thing. Who knows? Maybe we win another Super Bowl if we would have actually got some of the dev ups we were close on. Cooper, 89 zone coverage, 85 man coverage, by the way. 70 block shed. Definitely not a field general type, this one. Definitely pure pass coverage. Looking at cornerbacks, Jair Alexander, still 91 plus overall. He is just that good. I really, really hope they find a way to make it work. And then, of course, if he does decide to stick around, hopefully he kind of fixes those injuries, because he is missing some games. I think he's missed like 14 games through the last 2 years, which is pretty tough. McPhee, though, amazing press man corner. 98 man, was that 96 press? How the hell do you ever beat press man there? Like, you just don't. Hobbs, who cares, to be honest. Scourton, though, the first round pick, 87 overall, 98's power move. Pretty decent block shed and finesse even. Take a look at the other edge. Rashawn Gary, 84 overall, so he is officially regressing. I think you would probably let him go. Even nice sack totals are all right. You know, they're looking good. I can't believe he didn't go to superstar, by the way, which is crazy. His 16 sacks didn't go up, but pretty good numbers. Just, the longevity really wasn't as much there as he could have if he would have kept superstar earlier and didn't really regress. But we now look at the DTs, where Kidd has great finesse move. Finesse DTs are so sick. And because most teams' interior linemen are power blockers, you actually get a 1-up as well on top of having 6 stats, especially athleticism. But, how do you block that? Apparently pretty well, because we didn't really have crazy numbers. We had, almost double digits. I think it was with Boone, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Kidd. One of the two. Kickers, who cares? Who honestly cares? That's pretty much going to be it, though. Really weird one, because we came out swinging. Year 2 was amazing. The other years were good, but the Lions completely stomped on us both times. Didn't win a Super Bowl either time, though, so I don't know. They got an extra step, an extra little bit of boost playing their division rival, and sometimes it's all it takes. See those rival games get crazy, and fortunately they got crazy not in our favor. Regardless of, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content. And then the big one, let me know what team you want to see next, because we're kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty of, big acquisition teams. At this rate, it's just updating teams we haven't done in a while, or teams we just haven't done in general until the draft hits, and we might have to do a bunch of redos, because a lot of the guys, I would imagine, aren't going to end up where we project them to end up. Regardless, though, thanks for watching. I hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya! And again, shout out to all the members of the channel. Really, truly appreciate all of you. If you're a member already and you didn't realize it, didn't know, we do have members-only rebuilds, so check those out. Just look for uploads that would have been on the 15th of each month. Or just, I'd imagine there's a members tab that shows all the members' videos, right? So check those out. If you're not a member already, thinking about becoming and joining one, yeah, that's the one. Click that join button. All the details will be in there. And once again, like I said, members rebuilds once a month, 15th of every month. So check it out. Member or not, though, appreciate y'all for watching, and see ya.